and gentlemen, my friends, fellow humans, compatriots from across the earth, I am Nikhil Parekh. In this video, I shall be speaking about my book titled You Die, I Die, Love Poems Part 13, as well as giving you a recitation of different poems from this book of mine. So let me commence, friends, with an introduction to this book. About the poetry book. This book, which has 40 differently titled poems, is actually part 13 of the book titled You Die, I Die, Love Poems, 1600 pages. Poems symbolizing the immortality of love and at times its fickleness. Parekh takes the reader through a paradise naturally embellished with the ingredients of eternal romance and its sporadic failures. As they say, life and death are two sides of the coin. Similarly, with every true anecdote of love, there also comes fretful divorce, a thing which has been most sensitively described throughout this great collection of poems for the heart. Written and dipped in each ingredient of his passionate blood, Parekh comes out with startling revelations about the truest of love stories and their failures. Each verse has been delicately intertwined with the boundless aspects of relationships, romance, cheating, betrayal, and goes on to prove that immortal love towers over every shattered heart. A start to finish with some of the most heart-rending love poems ever. This makes a great collection for every true lover breathing and desiring to be loved on earth and beyond. This collection of poems aims at perpetually uniting every heart on this universe in the spirit of immortal love and friendship, because these are the two quintessential ingredients to lead life till its last breath. Irrespective of whatever color, faith or religion, it is only the rainbow of love which can transform the ghastliest monsters and perpetrators of humanity into peaceful lovers. Therefore, this book inexhaustibly endeavors to speak and preach the language of love even after its last embossed alphabet. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I shall be giving you a recitation of 4 different poems from this book of mine. These poems are titled as Ultimate Reality, No Payments, There Were None, and Inevitably and Bound to. Of course, at any juncture of mesmerizing existence, you can purchase this book of mine from Amazon.com in the ebook format. Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now give you a recitation of my poem titled Ultimate Reality from this book of mine. Fantasy is a milestone. Truth is the ultimate reality. Whisper is a mesmerizing sedative. Voice of the conscience is the ultimate reality. Clouds are an ethereal fascination. Sky is the ultimate reality. Accidents are an evanescent bruise. Death is the ultimate reality. Stars are titillation of the night. Stars are titillation of the night. Flaming sun is the ultimate reality. Flaming sun is the ultimate reality. Photograph is a magnanimous depiction. The living are the ultimate reality. Offsprings keep proliferating in every quarter of the universe. Sacrosanct Mother is the ultimate reality. Bees swarm boisterously. Bees swarm boisterously all throughout the day. Mesmerizing nightingale is the ultimate reality. Flurry of blatant lies evaporates into wisps of obsolete oblivion. Irrefutable truth is the ultimate reality. Grandiloquent ink depicts marvelous glory. The pages of destiny are the ultimate reality. Tantalizing globules of sweat captivate the remotest of alien. Persevering hard work is the ultimate reality. Seductive flesh is a transient sensation. Charismatic beauty is the ultimate reality. Flirtation melts like frigid beeswax. Friendship is the ultimate reality. Scents wear off as the hours unfurl. Enchanting rose is the ultimate reality. Kites flap gregariously and then descend. Euphoric wind is the ultimate reality. Sharks glide in majestic unison. Sharks glide in majestic unison to pulverize their prey. Rhapsodic ocean is the ultimate reality. Religion ironically enthralls with its armory of countless nuances. Philanthropic humanity is the ultimate reality. Moonshine perpetuates through the blanket of ghastly darkness. Marvelously enlightening dawn is the ultimate reality. Dreams are incarcerating avalanches of ice, frenziedly distorting shape. Actions are the ultimate reality. Teamwork is a stepping stone towards the zenith of success. Trust is the ultimate reality. Panthers growl instills a wave of uncanny fear. Rampant wilderness is the ultimate reality. Rampant wilderness is the ultimate reality. Innovation is a streak of dynamic flamboyance. Blessed intelligence is the ultimate reality. Abuses are temporary fulminations of the mind. The pen of the Almighty Creator is the ultimate reality. The pen of the Almighty Creator is the ultimate reality. Lightning is an inconspicuous spark of electricity in the cosmos. The ocean of darkness is a perpetual reality. Mosquito bite is an infinite simile. Mosquito bite is infinitesimally pertinent. Mosquito bite is an infinitesimally pertinent. Compromise with existence is the ultimate reality. The bars of prison are a hedonistic submission. Interiors of satanic corpse are the ultimate reality. Mountains buckle down like soggy matchsticks under earthquakes. The summit of conviction is the ultimate reality. Steroids stimulate traces of newfound power. The ramifications of the heart are the ultimate reality. Currency triggers smiles more bombastic than the heavens at times. Wholehearted satisfaction is the ultimate reality. Exemplifications alleviate stress to substantiative degrees. Acceptance is the ultimate reality. Fairies dance to give you the most exotic times of your life. The cry of the cuckoo every morning is the ultimate reality. Glitter of gold. Glitter of gold lasts only till the last winds of night. The compassionate caress of your mother is the ultimate reality. Silken strands of spidery web thrill beyond the realms of exhaustion. The lethal sting of wholesome extinction is the ultimate reality. Cuddling your baby an infinite times revitalized your dreary senses to the epitome of optimism. Each act of benevolence is the ultimate reality. Slithering bare-chested on soil impregnated tremors of pleasure. Slithering bare-chested on soil impregnated tremors of pleasure. Devotion to the cause of Almighty God is the ultimate reality. Devotion to the cause of Almighty God is the ultimate reality. Tears are momentary radiations of profound suffering. Sorrow is the ultimate reality. Attraction is a vivid chain of primordial passion. Bondage is the ultimate reality. Skin extinguishes an entirety with advancing years of life. The everlasting soul is the ultimate reality. Royal imagery puts you in trance for cardinal parts of the day. Poetry is the ultimate reality. Advertising is a baseless spectrum of gimmicks which enthrall. Dedication towards the divine is the ultimate reality. Advertising is a baseless spectrum of gimmicks which enthrall. Dedication towards the divine is the ultimate reality. Dwelling harbors you from the diabolical devil. Dwelling harbors you from the diabolical devil. Enigma is the ultimate reality. Enigma is the ultimate reality. Frolicking in the meadows rekindles your diminishing energies a trifle. The valley of exultating adventure is the ultimate reality. Wink triggers avalanches of flirtation and naughtiness. Concentration is the ultimate reality. Concentration is the ultimate reality. Caress embodies feelings to the most supreme core. Uninhibited sharing is the ultimate reality. Bonfires stupefy as they escalate towards the cosmos. Untamed passion is the ultimate reality. Superstitions are ephemerally efficacious. Superstitions are ephemerally efficacious. Omnipresent Lord is the ultimate reality. Omnipresent Lord is the ultimate reality. Business is a rejuvenating parasite, adding spice and wealth to life. Art is the ultimate reality. And infatuation is storm which gradually disappears. Immortal love is the ultimate reality. And infatuation is storm which gradually disappears. Immortal love is the ultimate reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now give you a recitation of my poem titled No Payments. So here is a recitation of this poem of mine from this book. You don't have to pay the clouds to ecstatically rain. Torrentially shower golden droplets. Torrentially shower golden droplets of ebullient liquid torrentially shower golden droplets of ebullient liquid upon fathomlessly parched territories of desolately naked soil. You don't have to pay the flowers to diffuse scent, blossom into romantically swirling mists of desire, to blissfully bequeath their fountain of unfathomable fragrance to one and all redolently alike, to one and all redolently alike. You don't have to pay the soil to fructify into fruit, astoundingly spawn a civilization of bountiful prosperity, a celestial township of unitedly Herculean strength. You don't have to pay the wind to rhapsodically blow, profoundly perpetuate each cranny of the despairingly bedraggled atmosphere with the insurmountably vivacious elixir to triumphantly surge ahead in life. To triumphantly surge ahead in life. You don't have to pay the sun to royally rise, inundate every iota of the dolorously darkened earth with optimistically heavenly and omnipotent rays of dazzling light, with optimistically heavenly and omnipotent rays of dazzling light. You don't have to pay the cow to uninhibitedly ooze milk, disseminate its irrefutably sacrosanct essence to the most remotest corner of this universe, miraculously fortify sagging bones with its divinely aura. You don't have to pay the moon to resplendently shimmer, enchantingly radiate infinite streams of milky moonlight, to metamorphose every drearily beleaguered night into the fulfilling river of paradise. You don't have to pay the grass to exotically tingle your feet, profusely incinerate infernos of tantalizingly untamed desire in your impoverished countenance, as you gallivanted on it at the crack of ravishingly ethereal dawn. You don't have to pay the waterfall to mystically enlighten, magically besiege every part of your monotonously staggering demeanor with tangibly inscrutable sensations of seductively gorgeous life. You don't have to pay the cuckoo to awaken you every morning, melodiously deluge your dwindling soul with stupendously everlasting tunes of harmoniously newfound excitement. You don't have to pay the sea. You don't have to pay the sea to impart you frosty salt, mischievously tickle every despicably despondent nerve of your manipulative form with unprecedented adventure and exhilarating froth. With unprecedented adventure and exhilarating froth. You don't have to pay the dolphins to voluptuously dance, incinerate the impeccably wandering child in your treacherously incarcerated senses, make you delightfully sing under the blazing sun. You don't have to pay the deserts to compassionately warm, engender pricelessly silver beads of effulgent perspiration to trickle handsomely down your diminutive nape. You don't have to pay the child to indefatigably intrigue, incredulously bewilder even the most stringently commercial tycoon in you, to innocuously dream beyond the realms of infinite infinity. You don't have to pay the Almighty Creator. You don't have to pay the Almighty Creator to endlessly evolve. You don't have to pay the Almighty Creator to endlessly evolve as He omnisciently maneuvered even the most inconspicuous element of your life, blessed you with this spellbinding virility to procreate countless more of your holistic kind. You don't have to pay the conscience to unequivocally dispel sagacious righteousness. Irrevocably refrain you in your salaciously advancing footsteps. Irrevocably refrained you in your salaciously advancing footsteps every time you were greedily enticed towards the heinously wrong. You don't have to pay your mother to bear you in her godly womb. You don't have to pay your mother to bear you in her godly womb. Blissfully nourish even the most minuscule bone in your wise age. To see you eternally blossom into the ray of timeless happiness. You don't have to pay breath to keep you vivaciously bouncing and beamingly alive. You don't have to pay breath to keep you vivaciously bouncing and beamingly alive. Joyously impound every extinguishing desire of your insidiously asphyxiated body with the unsurpassable ardor to lead glorious life. Joyously impound every extinguishing desire of your insidiously asphyxiated body with the unsurpassable ardor to lead glorious life. And you don't have to pay the heart to bestow upon you the immortal love of your life. Bond its unassailably majestic beats with the most gorgeously priceless mission of your each extraordinarily jubilant lifetime. And you don't have to pay the heart to bestow upon you the immortal love of your life. Bond its unassailably majestic beats with the most gorgeously priceless mission of your each extraordinarily jubilant lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now give you a recitation of my poem titled There Were None. So here is a recitation of my poem from this book of mine. There were some on the trajectory of this fathomlessly enamoring universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of treacherous hatred at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably truncated lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this inexhaustibly iridescent universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of abominably crippling discrimination at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably evanescent lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this endlessly divine universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of inexplicably penalizing illiteracy at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably fugitive lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this indefatigably fructifying universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of parasitically insouciant possessiveness at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably extinguishing lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this limitlessly enthralling universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of disdainfully decrepit loneliness at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably shortened lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this brilliantly optimistic universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of cadaverously shattering egotism at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably transient lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this timelessly extemporizing universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of sinfully paralyzing crime at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably destitute lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this gigantically endowing universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of atrociously pulverizing sadism pulverizing sadism at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably curtailed lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this eclectically vivacious universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of traumatically self-inflicted isolation at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably evaporating lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this vividly Herculean universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of robotically sacrilegious corruption at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably shortened lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this bountifully burgeoning universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of ominously devastating war at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably fading lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this timelessly victorious universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of diabolically victimizing greed at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably restricted lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this interminably ameliorating universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of deliriously throttling insomnia at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably impoverished lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this gregariously embracing universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of horrendously satanic vindication at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably deteriorating lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this beautifully virile universe. There were some on the trajectory of this beautifully virile universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of wantonly feckless inebriation at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably corroding lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this unceasingly emollient universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of outrageously vehement cynicism at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably extinguishing lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this unbelievably mesmerizing universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of squalidly body secrets at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably abiding lifetime. There were some on the trajectory of this incredulously acquitting universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of devilishly deplorable lies at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably laconic lifetimes. There were some on the trajectory of this fearlessly ever-pervading universe who uncontrollably burnt in the fire of hedonistically massacring betrayal at some time or the other in the tenure of their inevitably shriveling lifetime. But there were none on the trajectory of this omnisciently wonderful universe who didn't uncontrollably burn in the fire of immortally consecrating love at every single stage, at every single moment, at every single breath, at every single footstep, and at all times in the tenure of their inevitably destined lifetime. But there were none on the trajectory of this omnisciently wonderful universe who didn't uncontrollably burn in the fire of immortally consecrating love at every single stage, at every single moment, at every single breath, at every single footstep, and at all times in the tenure of their inevitably destined lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now give you a recitation of my poem titled Inevitably and Bound To. So here is a recitation of this poem of mine from this book. When two pairs of lips came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either compassionately smooch each other or stab each other with dagger heads of maliciously prejudiced contempt. When two pairs of eyes came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either flirtatiously wink at each other, or burn each other with the fires of unceremoniously atrocious and unlimited vindication. When two pairs of brains came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either unite together to fantasize in the mists of eternal paradise, or plot against each other the most demonically sinister corpses of hell. When two pairs of feet came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either tirelessly adventure and exultate together, or kick each other with the maelstroms of chauvinistically imprisoned ego reigning haplessly supreme. When two pairs of nails came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either unitedly carve the most spellbindingly artistic pathways of symbiotic hope, or uncontrollably scratch each other till they felt every other color singularly metamorphose into the color of gory blood. When two pairs of palms came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either amalgamate together into the bonds of perennially unflinching camaraderie, or accurately slap each other the most resoundingly intolerable slaps of racial hatred. When two pairs of ears came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either timelessly discern even the most infinitesimal iota of sensitivity in the celestial atmosphere, or pretend horrendously deaf to even the most sorrowfully ghastliest of each other's cries. When two pairs of blood streams came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either unassailably coalesce to give birth to an entire new river of impregnable humanity, or wage indiscriminately terrorizing war with each other till even centuries after the end of their destined time. When two pairs of shoulders came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either philanthropically bond to ameliorate every echelon of abjectly suffering living kind, or inexorably assert thunderclaps of ignominious rebuke against each other, until both unanimously crumbled towards threadbare ground. When two pairs of fingers came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either poignantly sketch every vein of panoramically unfettered beauty on this universe, or deliberately poke at each other's ribs like the worst of foes. When two pairs of tongues came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either profusely lick at each other till their heart's content, or spit the most sacrilegiously wanton streams of delirious spit upon each other's face. When two pairs of bellies came in close proximity, they were inevitably bound to either sensuously bask in the unlimited glory of tantalizing touch, or disastrously try and pummel each other well beneath ostensibly robust layers of soil. When two pairs of shadows came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either blissfully melange in a cistern of unparalleled velvety softness, or surreptitiously try and trick each other into a mortuary of dreadfully profane chicanery. When two pairs of armpits came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either honestly persevere till the most impregnable epitomes of truthfully humanitarian success, or vengefully try to wring each other's integrity with the ghoulishly castrated odor of corruption. When two pairs of cheeks came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either mischievously blush to the most unconquerably profound shades of crimson, or forever try and taint each other with the scars of disparaging infidelity. When two pairs of spines came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either ignite into an inferno of unstoppably jubilant desire, or venomously whiplash at each other like the lethal scorpion's ominous tongue. When two pairs of nostrils came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either perennially bond in the invincible entrenchment of magical breath, or hedonistically hiss at each other the winds of inconsolably cadaverous abhorrence. When two pairs of mouths came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to either interminably suck at each other's sweetness, or satanically blurt an infinite volley of abuses at each other without the tiniest of respite. But when two pairs of hearts came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to only immortally bound in the beats of unshakably priceless friendship, only immortally gallop through the skies of amiably inseparable belonging, and only limitlessly love and unconquerably love. But when two pairs of hearts came in close proximity, they were inevitably and bound to only immortally bond in the beats of unshakably priceless friendship, only immortally gallop through the skies of amiably inseparable belonging, and only limitlessly love and unconquerably love. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, compatriots, fellow humans from across the planet, it truly was a victorious honor for me to have given a recitation of my poetry to your impeccable jurisdiction. At any juncture of exuberant existence, you can of course purchase this book of mine in the ebook format from Amazon.com. From the innermost realm of my soul, I wanted to thank you for patronizing my poetry. Thank you for listening to me.